Islam, greetings, and welcome to Talk Moorish to Me, aka my brother's keeper. I am Sister Zara Bay of CalifaMedia.com and thepurplepaperclip.com. And with me is brother Abir Chanan L of 43rdbooks.com. And I guess joining us later will be brother Sarush L of madebysarush.com. This is our 7th weekly chat discussing Moorish consortium, or the lack thereof, through the lens of Moorish science, including astrology, history, and Moorish literature. To those joining and those who will enjoy this at a later date, again, welcome and gratitude for your time and attention. All right, let me close this door real quick. All right. And this week, I'm going to read a passage out of the Holy Quran of Mecca.
All right.
All right. And this is Surah 13, entitled Thunder. I don't want to mispronounce it. It's R-A apostrophe D. I guess that's Rod, or Thunder, Surah 13. And I'm just going to read the first, 11 ayah. Okay. It's like, that's a lot of them. I'm just going to read the first 11. Okay. So Surah 13, the Thunder. In the name of Allah, most graceful, most merciful. Alif, Lam, Mim, Ra. These are the signs or verses of the book. That which has been revealed to you from your Lord is the truth, but most men don't believe. Allah is he who raised the heavens without any pillars that you can see. Then he established himself on the throne of authority. He has subjected the sun and the moon to his law. Each one runs its course for a term appointed. He regulates all affairs, explaining the signs and details that you may believe with certainty in the meeting with your Lord. And it is he who spread out the earth and set thereupon mountains standing firm and flowing rivers. And fruit of every kind he made in pairs, 2 and 2. He draws the night as a veil o'er the day. Behold, verily in these things are the signs for those who consider. In the earth are tracks diverse through neighboring. And in the earth are tracks diverse though neighboring, and gardens of vines and fields sown with corn and palm trees, growing out of single roots or otherwise, watered with the same water, yet some of them we make more excellent than others to eat. Behold, verily in these things there are signs for those who understand. If you marvel at their want of faith, if you do marvel at their want of faith, saying, strange is their saying, when we are actually dust, we shall indeed be in a renewed creation. They are those who deny their Lord. They are those round whose necks will be yokes of servitude. They will be the companions of the fire, to dwell therein forever. They ask you to hasten on the evil in preference to the good, yet before them have come to pass many exemplary punishments. But verily your Lord is full of forgiveness for mankind for their wrongdoing, and verily your Lord is also strict in punishment. And the unbelievers say, why is not a sign sent down from his Lord? But you are truly a warner, and to every people a guide. Allah knows what every female womb bears, by how much the wombs fall short of their time or number, or do exceed. Every single thing is before his sight in due proportion. He knows the unseen and that which is open. He is the great, the most high. It is the same to him whether any of you conceal his speech or declare it openly, whether he lie hidden by night or walk forth freely by day. For each such person there are angels in succession, before and behind him. They guard him by command of Allah. Verily, never will Allah change the condition of a people until they change it themselves with their own souls. But once Allah wills a people's punishment, there can be no turning back, nor will they find besides him any to protect. All right. And that was the first 11 ayah of Surah 13 of the Holy Quran of Mecca. All right. And I picked that one because of the signs, talking about how he laid out the earth and how, the heavens, you can look up there for signs for those that these are signs for those who consider. And then the angel part. There's actually, I guess I don't know what it would be called in Islam, but in Christianity it's called Canon, where it's not actually like written in the Bible, but people just associated with that religion.
Right.
And there's 2 other angels that they speak of. I don't know if these are the same 2, but I'm looking at these 2 angels as the north node and the south node, one in front of you and one in back of you, right?
Right.
But there's also 2 other angels that are mentioned in Islam. I can't remember their names right now. But these 2 angels sit with you in the grave until the day of judgment, right? And if you've lived a good life, you sleep right through it. They in there with you, and you don't even see them until the day of judgment, and they escort you out to, to meet Allah. If you have led not such a great life, these angels are pissed because they're trapped in this grave with you, and they punish you, questioning you, like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? We all stuck in here because of you. And they just push you around and beat you. You begging to go to hell after being stuck in there until the day. You don't even know when the day of judgment is coming. Unlike the other person who is like, he falls asleep in death and he wakes up in paradise. It could have been 1,000,000 years passed by, right? But his evil neighbor gets to feel every single moment of that 1,000,000 years. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you process that? And you don't have to answer, because that's, that gets down to some very core religious beliefs, and I'm not,
Oh, I'm not religious at all.
I'm not religious. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm spiritual. So yeah.
the thought of
book this week.
I think, and as always, I commend you. I think it was you were led there. I think it was I don't think it's no coincidences or accidents of spirituality. So you was led there for a reason. I feel like I think that it was perfect, because I think that these angles or angels of light or angels are, I think they are presently with us. I think, to me, the other day, the dark night of the soul, the Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, looking at each other, I feel that. I can feel when the sun and the moon are looking at each other during those 48 to 72 hours. I can feel that in me, and the battles and the spirits that I contend with then. A lot of pulls in different ways. So I'm not saying that is incorrect. I would never, question how people can be about their religious books. And I believe they have a lot of truth in them. I'm not saying it's a lie at all. But I don't think you have to go. You don't have to pass away from here to have those judges be present with you. I think metaphysically they are always in you, because we know when we do something wrong, if we are aware, see what I'm saying? If we are aware, when we do something wrong, we have those thoughts, those spirits in our ear, like, why did you do that?
Right.
You shouldn't say that to her.
That's not in the Quran. That's stuff like hadith is not canon. That's canon.
Right, exactly.
That's not what he said,
Right. So that's how I feel about it. That's, you're gonna go to hell for 100, 1,000 years, and and then you turn right around, because the scripture turns right around and says, it's God, it's in His nature to always have mercy, and you're gonna destroy a part of yourself and in hell without ever redeeming it or giving it a chance to work its way back. It's anyway. I don't know if we. Yeah. Anyway.
No, that was good. That was good.
It just
I mean,
makes
I'm
me
listening to you, and I'm
me
like, I
think.
hope people have that because they sure don't act like it. You know.
You know, yeah. I think that when you do stuff by fear, the fear doesn't last as long as knowledge does, as an understanding of something does. You know, I think when you know, I remember my dad. God bless his soul. I used to tell my dad, I'll be glad when I get older. And he was like, "Why you say that?" I said, "I want to get older, so you can't whoop me no more."
Right.
And he was
But that
like,
matters.
"Son, life will whoop you."
Ooh, that's ooh.
And he
Oh.
said it quick. He said it quick, and he was done with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he didn't dwell on it. He was like, "Yeah." And when he hit me with that, I never forgot it. And then when life started to whip me, I was like, "Yeah, I wish I could go in there and take a beating right fast and deal with a little hot skin for a minute and everything
Right.
go back
Get it
to
over
normal." You
with.
see what I'm saying? Right. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah,
Like
yeah. So,
life, that sounds like some time.
right, right. You know what I'm saying?
Like it sounds like a curse. Life gonna get you. Ooh. My
And I
mother
think,
said something like that to me
hmm
once. She said, "I hope you have children just like you one day." She was mad, and I'm like, "Cool.
yeah, my
I hope
mama
you're right,
says that.
because you
My,
mad right now, but I know what kind of child I am, so I hope you're right."
you know,
It worked, you know.
it did it,
My
did it.
children are
Okay.
great.
Um, I, as of right now, I don't have any, and I don't know if I would want to deal with a little me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how the me in me or the I in I knows how it feels in this body. So to look at another one and he's going to be faster. I look at my nephews and how much quicker they are. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to be like to look just like me and then
Act like you, because you know they
yeah.
inherit their personalities. They sure do.
So
Dude, take it from me.
yeah,
They definitely inherit personalities. You get to see all your good points and all your bad
right.
points,
And this
and the
week
other
being such
person.
a this week being such a this week has really been like a bombshell for me. Like I told you, my mom telling me about my my birth
Birthday being
time
you're
being
out
different.
3 hours off.
Yeah,
Like,
and
dang.
so
Yeah, that
and
makes a
she told me
difference.
she was like, well, you had just dropped the bomb on me the day before because she was telling me that I sometimes am drawn to these chaotic situations by my moon sign, but I'm drawn to them to bring help to them. Like I'm to bring that spirit that I have to help the situation, not to just leave it alone. She said, so I never had thought about that until you said that. And we was just sitting in the park. And she was like, I don't know why them people said you were born at 8 o'clock. You was born at 5:15. I remember looking at the clock,
It
and I
just
looked
came
at her
up.
like, "Oh my god!"
Because when you gave it to me, I thought something was wrong because I'm looking at your chart. Like, see, this is the kind of stuff that makes me be like, I got to keep studying because this
Right,
don't sound
right.
like him at all.
Okay, but when you
I know
said that,
Leo rising. It's like,
immediately you
no,
was
those are
like,
like buttoned
"Yeah,
up, tight ass, excuse my language. I'm
right,
like,
right,
this
nah,
ain't
nah,
me. I
nah.
don't know him
That's real,
personally,
right?"
like in person, but
But
nah,
you was
thank
like,
you.
"Nah, man, you way too lively to be a
You way
Virgo
too much
ascendant."
fun.
And I
Yeah.
was like, "Word," but to read the Leo ascendant, I was just like, even though I told you I was reading
And
that
that's why
book
you pull in
the
drama
first
right
time
there.
and I threw the book across the room and I was like, there's no way I could be that much of a, butthole. Yes. The Leo ascendant, I was just like, oh my God, yes, this is oh man. And I
There's a
think I'm
science to go with that too. It's called
yeah,
reconcile.
Correction is not reconcile, it's rectification.
yeah,
Where you look
yeah,
at you read the description, and it's just like I can kind of see it, but this don't fit, you know.
yeah.
And then you read the
I can
next one,
see
like
my
that sounds like a
old
lot more like me. And that's when
right.
you better ask somebody or look at some documentation or
I
something.
got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah. But it felt like, it felt like a older, a younger me. It felt like a younger me before I knew that was a part of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah. And then I started to like consciously work on like not being what it was saying, if that makes sense. So, but
Yeah, I
I
got
did try my best to go through the degrees. And the guy was
it.
talking about if you have an Aries and Gemini or something. This was the beginning of the tape. And I think we got a question on or something, right? Oh, Brother Farad.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and
Brother
blessings.
Farad, how you doing, sir?
Welcome.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes,
Good to hear your
sir.
voice.
Yes,
Good.
sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And I was I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
We were talking about you found out you're really a Leo ascendant,
Yes.
and you've been trying to like deny some stuff that's not even in you, or
Yeah,
is
because
in
it's
you, and you're
hard.
probably supposed to be doing it. You know,
It was
somebody tried to
hard.
make a tiger a vegetarian.
I was,
For real, they really did, huh?
I was trying. I started to move the houses around it. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. The guy on the
Yeah.
tape was talking about the degrees, and he was saying for if a person has like a Gemini and Mars that is
Right.
like such and such degrees, then this person's gonna have like a arm break, they're gonna break their arm or something at a certain time. And so I
He was
went
just using that as an example,
right,
because it could be
right,
like you broke or you lost your voice, which is more
yes,
Taurus, but you can't
yes,
communicate, you know,
right, right.
because you got an inflamed throat, because Mars rules inflammation,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
So when I went back to the date, remember I said I'm gonna try to go back to the date where I fell and I ruptured my quad muscle, and I'm going to see if I could deal with the degrees of that inside of the.
I'm gonna
I'm
pull
looking
that
at the
up while you're talking.
planet Mars, and right around the time about 4 o'clock on that day, my transit Mars was in Sagittarius, which rules the hips and the thighs. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
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 So that
Well,
sat me down like,
what we learning here, right?
whoa.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
right,
He
right.
said it too. He's like, I'm just letting this out so other people can start seeing if they see this too. So then maybe in a couple of years we can say it works, you know.
Yeah,
And
so
that thing was written in 2017. So did
that
that
was
get you? You like that?
that was amazing. Yes, absolutely. So I'm still coming through the tape. I'm still combing through it. But it's I've had this in a discovery where I've had like a pretty awesome week. That I'm thankful for that. In good and bad ways, I guess. Like I said, because the new information was smacking me upside my head pretty good.
You gotta do everything over.
Right, right. Because when we was talking, we was talking about the Leo that was in the 12th house, and now Cancer is in the 12th house, and I was like, Cancer has to be a better place than the Leo being in the 12th house, because that's water, and it's Pisces that rules that house,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. They're friendly signs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm not saying you got to read it over, but you know what I'm saying. I'm if
I want to look at it. 5:15
yeah,
a.m.
I'll lay back down on the operating table again. I don't mind.
I mean, that's
At
kind of
all.
fun because it's like, oh, I get to like rediscover myself.
The
Oh, look, and
uh
Scorpio. Did this happen when Scorpio happened?
yes,
Now you
yes.
got to transform,
Mm-hmm.
find out who you
What
really are, dig up some secrets.
that does make sense, right? Right,
Yep.
right. What is the ruler of the 10th house is this M
Capricorn,
word.
huh?
What's the other word? It's a I don't want to call it.
Midheaven.
Yeah, it's closer to something else. It sounds like something different. and I kept running past it. And I was like, "What is this? My something."
Medium coeli.
There it is. That right there.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure that
It
part
means
out.
midheaven.
Okay, all right. So it's
Yeah.
the same thing then. Okay, all right. Forgive me.
Let me make sure. I know that's what it is in English, but hey, I got a Latin dictionary right here. I might as well look it up. It's like right here. I know medium is middle, so that's easy.
Okay.
I was thinking that we really do need to get back into Latin. I mean, the whole, black dead people type thing, dead language that everybody uses for everything. Like this is the lingua franca for all the stuff that makes the world work.
Mm-hmm.
Coeli, COEI. It's kind of cool to keep that out front like that. I just want to make sure before. I don't like going past words I'm not sure about.
That's a good work ethic. That's a good work ethic right there. Yeah.
Okay, I see Coel. Okay, I don't see Coeli though. That's weird. Oh yeah, I probably could have just Googled it, huh?
Yeah, true. I can Google it. I
realize I got a computer open in front of me. I'm looking through.
Yeah. I can Google that. Yeah. My fault.
Like, oh yeah, this thing.
Sit back watching you. Yeah, my bad.
What's meaning? Let me see. Midheaven. Yeah.
That's what being okay.
It means middle of heaven, I guess. Yeah. Middle of the sky. Yeah. So is it Soeli? It must be Soeli because I know one of my favorite artists. She's a Brazilian chick. Her name is Seu, and it means sky.
Okay.
So it might be Soeli, medium Soeli. Okay, cool. But yeah, because that yourself and your public, your reputation. So first house self and 10th house reputation. Those are like big deals because that's what everybody's gonna see. First they see you and then they ask you what you do.
Yeah,
not what you into, not even your name sometimes, So what do you do? But yeah, let me calculate this chart and see what it really look like. All right, so your midheaven is in Taurus.
Taurus get the money, right? Supposedly, right?
It sure do. And it's
gotta figure out what's blocking that now.
In degree, it's part Gemini is in the part of it with Saturn. Oh, okay. So Saturn is in your 10th house. Is that Gemini?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturn.
Yeah.
No. Wait. Yeah, Saturn is in your 10th house in Gemini, and the 10th house is ruled by Taurus. So you know how to work to bring words into manifestation. I'm not trying to be like, okay, well, knowing what I know about you, but yeah.
That makes sense.
And then it's at the 5th degree. So that's Taurus. So it's I'm not Taurus, Leo. Well, that explains the whole. Remember I said how I described your stories? It's like it's not a teacup. You need a whole samovar for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's see. All right. Oh wow. So your sun, is this right? Sun, Moon, and Venus are in the first house.
Yes.
And we see Sun is in Leo, Moon is in Virgo, Venus is in Leo. And what else is over here? South Node. I'm just trying to look at this real quick. So South Node is at 13 degrees of Leo in the first house. Okay. And it said, so 13 is Aries. So it's at the degree of Aries. Okay. So usually South Node with the sun is not. It's like kind of like the 12th house, but I think it's a lot worse because the South Node is like a black hole, right? And South Node with the sun, well, whatever South Node is with, is sucking away the benefits of that house and or planet. And South Node with the sun is sucking away male vitality, but it's in the first house ruled by Aries, and it's at the degree of Aries, so it's reversed. So I don't know if you were a member of the Players Club, but that's what this is looking like. But I mean the Players Club, not like the strong, as in no higher, not even paying for nothing, just a higher class. You enjoyed a higher class of beauty. How about that? For real, just because of the Venus, and Venus is right there at the, what is that, 25 is wow, that's the degree of Aries too, ain't it? Sure is. So let's see, so hot women like hot, and what is that, Mercury is at the, oh wow, yup, like I said, Mercury, did you get to the part about the second degree? It's only the best of the best, right? So moon, emotions, and I would even say your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is she fancy?
Yes, she's I would say so.
Dipped is the word I'm looking for.
She likes,
part of her
and what's funny, see, I don't really like all of that extra, but yeah, she is. Her and my father both, they like to, they like to put on, I guess you say. They like to, I'm more laid back with it, I guess.
Showy,
I guess my style is
almost
different.
not even not even gaudy, just letting you know I'm doing well.
Yes, kind of absolutely. They like that. They like that.
Because it's Mercury at your mom, moon, Mercury, picky at the second degree of the best, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's in the first house. So it was there for everybody to see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that address you gave me. Because I saw Dominion in the address. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What?
Leo with the Dominion in his address. Yeah, I'm not gonna be nosy, but that sounds interesting.
Wow.
Let me look at your fourth house, yo. Fourth house in Scorpio. Let me see. Let's see. Fourth house is Scorpio at the 7th degree. Is anything up in there? Let's see. Mars is up in there at 14 degrees. So Mars is at the degree of Taurus in the 7th house. Okay. So Mars is in Aquarius at the degree of Taurus in the 7th house, and it's retrograde. Let me see. Mars. Well, shoot, I know how it is having Mars in the 7th house. That that leads to like conflicts or competition. What's the acrimony with other people, right? Okay. Especially males. And your North Node is right there, so it's just like a given for you. Dang, it's like exactly conjunct too, but it's retrograde. So
you said that's natural, you know what I'm saying, competition, you saying?
Yeah. But is it internal? Because it's retrograde, right? And it's in a weird sign. It's Mars in Aquarius. That's kind of weird. It's like when I think Mars in Aquarius, I think the mad scientist.
Yeah. Okay.
The one that's trying to like, I'm gonna take over the world by doing, I'm gonna aggress upon the world by doing some crazy stuff. But it's retrograde. So I don't know if you're doing it to others or others are doing it to you. Yeah. Because it could go either way.
To try to like Pinky in the Brain, like I'm trying to take over the world. I'm
Right.
Okay, all right.
Diabolical. And it's at the degree of what is that, Taurus? So yeah, maybe. You know. Yeah, let me look at these degrees. So Sun, take one at a time. Sun in Leo with 27 degrees in the first house. So Sun is at the degree of Gemini in the first house with the South Node right there on top of it. Is that right? South Node is 13. Oh, it just looks like that on the chart. Okay. And then Virgo, Venus. Why does like Venuses? Okay. Yeah, y'all gonna have to excuse me. I've had like a long day. I just got in from a 6-hour drive.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna be all right, but I'm just like, oh. So,
We don't have to talk all night. You sound like you need a break.
Please! I did it on purpose because that is my break.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the house with people all day, so like once every 3 months, I just hit the highway and drive, and then I come back.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, and then I forgot about. I'm supposed to be doing this tonight. So yeah. But yeah, we can go through the chart later. All these symbols and numbers are starting to make me dizzy. But that Saturn, I'm gonna see what I can see just because some of it I know off the bat. Like the Saturn in the 10th house, at 5 degrees. So you like working creatively. I know that too because I have Saturn in the 10th house in Leo, 5 degrees. Yours is in 5 degrees. Mine is in Leo. Same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I understand that. And yours involves communication, like broadcasting type communication, because it's at the degree of Leo.
That's 1 degree. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take one at a time. Moon. Well, we went through the moon. So Sun at 27 degrees in the first house. What was your dad's sign?
Pisces.
Okay, I'm trying to see if
moon.
Okay, because I'm still learning this sign thing. So it's like I'm doing charts and trying to see if I see any like any things that stick out. Like last week with we talked about Brother Farad, how you said you had 9 children in your family.
Yeah.
And then I went back and looked at your chart and saw your 4th house, which is ruled by the mother, is at 9 degrees. So, and in Gemini, 9 degrees of Gemini, and Gemini rules siblings.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you said your father was a Pisces. It was a Pisces. Let me see if I see. You don't have anything in Pisces. Nope. What house does Pisces rule? Okay, you don't. Doesn't look like you have an intersection. Okay, Pisces rules the 8th house at 6 degrees. Okay, so Pisces rules the 8th house.
Give me that.
Yes.
Can you give me that birth date again? I'm gonna pull the chart up.
My
yes.
8/21/71.
21.
71. At in Mobile at 5:15 a.m.
5:15.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Farad.
Mm-hmm.
So Mars in the 7th house often means trouble in marriage and with business partners. Marriage can occur at an early age or without thinking it through. Yes, their partners
Impulsive.
and friends, can be aggressive and impulsive.
Yep.
This position suggests competitive people who may not be very tactful, but they have talent for work where their energy can be used. For example, in sales. So if that's retrograde, and all that goes inside, correct? That goes within.
It goes within. Or it might be people doing it to you. You know how some people, like, they have it in their chart where they speak cruelly, and it could be, well, if it's retrograde, that could be you speak cruelly to yourself, or maybe it is that people speak down on you. You know.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a little more sense now. Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm still trying to see if I can find your dad in here. Well, 8th house. Where is the ruler? 8th house is in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in your 4th house at Scorpio. Dang, that's weird. So, well, I guess what? I guess that's him right there. So Jupiter is in Scorpio, which rules the 8th house, which in your chart falls into Pisces. And it depends on who you following. Your father can be seen from the sun, Jupiter, or Saturn in the chart. And I think for women it's only the sun and Jupiter. No, sun and Saturn for women, because Jupiter and Mars represent the husband.
Mm.
So yeah. All right. Yeah, I might have to put this chart up there so people can see what I'm looking at, because we just like looking at charts like we on the phone. But I guess we really are, huh?
Yes. I'm looking at these train. I'm looking at these train now. These red. So when the inside of the circle, when it's red, that means it is like, does that mean like negative? Then blue means positive? No? Yes?
What we're looking at now, or green, I don't know, because I don't know if they're all consistent. That's the thing.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, but let me see. Oh wait, this thing gives you the aspects. Yeah, I can zoom in. So it's saying 1 and 4. Oh yeah, the reds are squares. Yep, I'm just looking at it. Reds are squares. The blue lines are sextiles.
Okay.
And it's looking like, let me see. They're also so the thick blue lines, I guess, are sextiles, and then the thin blue lines are the trines.
Okay.
And then the the thick red lines are the squares, and the thin red lines are oppositions.
Are you all looking at the same chart, or are you looking at the chart on your own devices?
Oh, I'm looking at our own devices.
Okay, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, take a second. Give me that site again.
Horoscopes.
That's right.
astro-seek.com.
Yeah.
Astro.seek, S-E-E-K?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, you been liking that site?
Absolutely.
Pretty
Absolutely.
It's easy. It keeps things
I got
nice
in
and
trouble.
neat,
I've gotten in trouble with some people. They felt like, I went and designed the site myself, and you did this. I feel like you was trying to trick me now, but I got a few people on it, more than a few people that are on it now. They're enjoying it,
Ooh. I'm looking at your Lilith.
Okay, talk to me.
Your Lilith is in Libra in your 3rd house. So stay away from some chatty chick with Libra in her chart.
Chatty chick with Libra in her chart. Okay.
At 9 degrees, so she's kind of smart.
That's amazing. Okay. All right. How did you?
Because 9 is Sagittarius, and that rules like higher learning and all that stuff.
Okay. All right.
Oh wait, we got a bubble. Woo. Let me see what's up with this.
All right.
Okay.
What exactly do the degrees mean? Like, I'm looking on my natal chart and I'm not really understanding what the degrees mean within the planet. How do those correlate?
All right. Actually, there's a site online. It's Astrology, and she works with Eastern European astrologers. And one of them, named Nicola, has developed a degree system where he takes, like, because each sign has 30 degrees in it. If you start from 1, he starts from 0. So each sign has 29 degrees. It goes from 0 to 29 for a total of 30. And then each degree, according to his theory, correlates to a zodiac sign. Starting with 0. 0 is Aries, 1 Aries, 2 Taurus, 3 Gemini, and so on around the chart. Until you get to 12, which is Pisces. And then at 13, it starts at Aries again. All the way to Pisces at 24, and then it starts at Aries again at 25. All the way to 29, which is Leo. And then based on where what the degree is, you can kind of see how a house and or a planet and or an aspect is going to play out in front of your face, I guess. Some personal examples that I gave last week were that okay, I have Mars in Aries in the 7th house. Actually, I don't know if that's a good example because that doesn't involve the degrees. Okay, I'll use my 10th house. So I have what is that? The moon in Leo in my 10th house, and the moon is at the degree is at 18 degrees. All right. So my moon, that's me, because I'm a woman, and that's also for everybody, it's your mental state and your emotional. In Hindu, it's your mental state, but it's also your emotional state too, like it is here. So my femininity and my emotional and mental state, moon, love to be creative, Leo, especially in the realm of work, 18 degrees, because 18 breaks down to the 6 in this thing, which is the degree of Virgo. Virgo rules work. So you would look at your house, right? Let me look at your house. So Abir's house is, his first house is in Leo at 12 degrees. So his first house is, I don't know if I want to say this. Not at it. You know what? You're glamorous. That's kind of what I'm saying, right? Because whenever I see anything Pisces with anything Leo, I immediately think glamour, right? Like it's showy, but it can like make your mind go all over the place, like a showgirl, a Vegas showgirl. That's Leo and Pisces, right? It's the overdone show, that kind of thing. And that's in your first house.
I think you always give me the feminine part of it. I think that's what you always give it. I'm thinking like, wait, what? Like this,
because it's Pisces, right? Just because at 12 degrees, and because isn't Pisces a feminine sign? Yeah, because it's water. Just because it's at a feminine degree, right? Even though it's in a masculine sign and in a masculine house, right? So I mean, look, who's that guy? Salt Bay. You know that guy, the one that throws salt on meat,
right?
Charging like $60, like for a plate of carrots, because he's gonna come out and throw some salt on it for you. Get it? And no, that dude got like 50 kids, 50 children. I mean, he's got a lot of children. That's why he had to open that restaurant. You know, nobody calling him weak or feminine. He's just glamorous. He's just like, right, just throwing salt. It's like a whole thing, right?
I got you.
Yeah. And that's who he is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people wish they could do that. I'm just saying. So yeah, you look at the degrees of the houses, the degree of the sign, of the planet, and all the degrees correlate to a sign. All right, 1 through, yeah.
And I mean,
go ahead.
Because, and I'm not going to continue to but there's something very significant here in his chart that you're saying, and I think he raised the question in terms of masculine and feminine, which is necessarily not feminine, but also cosmically, the 12th house deals with restriction. It deals with confinement. So in the 12th house, listen what you may be able to find. Things like hospitals.
Right. Prisons, ashrams.
But churches, you see,
Churches, yeah.
Right.
yes, that's what I get on when I
Oh, you bring it around that
Okay.
one. I
when
didn't even think, I wonder why I never thought about churches.
I
I
know
was
Right.
wrong. Temples, yeah.
things of that nature.
Right.
So that fit just perfectly. You know,
Yes. Okay,
so
I got you.
they're right. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
makes sense right there. Yes, yes.
People button in.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
keep
please,
forgetting
please,
about the
please,
restrained part of Pisces because
please.
all the ones I know, they are just so out there, right? It's like restraint is the last word I'll put on now. Let me see what this other recording is real quick.
So I'm looking at my moon. It's in Virgo, and it says 194, 22 degrees. 22 degrees, full moon phase. What exactly does that mean?
Full moon phase. So you said what I did get out of that your moon is at 22 degrees of Virgo. And you said it's at a full moon phase. So only thing I can think about that is for it to be a full moon, your sun would have to be in Pisces. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I just look at these. That's why I keep it simple. I look at these simple charts, and it's like I see a sun, a sign, and a degree. That's it. Or a planet, a sign, and a degree, and a house. So yeah. And if you want to see the charts that we're using, it's you can go to horoscopes.astro-seek.com. It's a dope site, great site, and right at the top you can make a free horoscope. So they're right there at the top. Yeah. But I mean, this degrees thing is kind of dope. I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense because you can't navigate without knowing exact degrees. You know, for real. You can get close, but if you're trying to get somewhere specific, you can't just get close. Let me make sure. Let me see.
And that's where I'm reading it from,
Oh,
horoscopes.astro/seek.
a full moon phase? Ooh. Let me see. Are you okay? What chart are we looking at? I'm just looking at a regular, what is this, a Placidus chart? No, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Well, I mean, that's something to look into, though. Thank you. Like, ooh, something I don't know. To the library. You know? All right.
So Saturn in Gemini, and Saturn being in the 10th house, and it's restriction, right?
Yeah.
So as it relates to public image and being restricted.
Well, you also have to look, okay, so Saturn is in your 10th house in Gemini. So, Saturn is in Gemini. So you got to look at two things. What is Mercury doing because Saturn's in Gemini? And what is Venus doing because your Saturn, the house Saturn is being ruled by Taurus. Okay. So both of those are in your first house. So does that undo it? So yes, you have restriction as far as your reputation. Actually, no, you probably don't. Just because since it's in your 10th house, it might not be in a sign it necessarily likes, just because it's so flighty, even though it also rules an air sign, so it can actually deal with that sign. It rules Aquarius. It's also in a house it likes, right? So it's in an air sign and it's in a house that it likes, the 10th house, which it naturally rules.
Okay.
And that house is being ruled by Earth. You see how you got a lot of stuff counting towards it, you know, like helping it. Like if you just read, like, what is it? Cookbook astrology, right? If you just look at, okay, this planet, when it's in this sign means this. Yeah, that might look bad, but okay, it's in a sign. It's in an air sign. This planet also rules an air sign. And the house is being ruled by an earth sign. This planet also rules an earth sign. and it's in the 10th house. This planet rules the 10th house. And then the dispositors of the sign that the planet is in and the house that the planet is in. Both of them are in your first house with your sun.
Okay.
So yeah.
I was okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna ask so many questions. Nobody else talk. Let me be quiet.
Yeah, don't ask me what that means. I'm kind of fried right now.
No.
Well, if you want somebody else to talk, I'll just.
I mean,
please.
I can talk. It's just
please.
my thinking is slow.
No.
Like
Please go ahead, brother Farrar. Go ahead, brother
Hey,
Farrar.
shoot, I got Mars and Aries. Usually I'm good, but it's like,
He's
oh
doing great.
boy, I think I popped something.
Every time I heard you, and you just greater than the first.
Absolutely.
Briefly stating on this points to your ability here with what she just said. All this Earth, that Gemini, that flightiness, which would bring you the capacity. But you will be able to sit down and write them. A lot of us Geminis got great ideas, but the rest.
Did I not say that? Does it sound familiar?
My mother says that all the time. She was like, I can't sit down and write.
Exactly. I got a ton of stories. I can't sit down and do nothing with them.
that Taurus you will sit you down and make money off of your abilities that you get from Gemini, and that will give you the lessons early on.
He did not just do the assist. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Wow.
I think y'all that's a keep going, brother Farrar. That's a blessing right there.
That's like on point.
Yes.
Wow. I really could not have said it more succinctly. That was great.
Cosmic. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's more to it, but that's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Here's the more to it. Okay, your sun. Now that we know we got the right time, this is kind of cool. So, your ascendant is Leo. The ruler of that ascendant is in the house with the ascendant. So, the ruler of your first house is in your first house, right? And then it's right there with your south node. Again, I would say that's kind of a draining thing, but just because it's at the degree of Aries in the house ruled by Aries, it's not draining anything. It might be tempering it a little bit, like taking the edge off of it a little bit, because you could be over the top because you have your sun in the first house, and you shine in this mug and everybody else's eye, seventh house, right? And you're good at it, south node. So you could be overbearing, but this kind of takes the edge off. And because you got the moon and Venus sitting there, it's adding a little femininity, a little bit of, softening to it. Not feminine, but femininity. Because there's a masculine version, like a dark is light and a light is dark. There's a most masculine femininity and a most feminine masculinity.
I got you.
Yeah. So you're pretty dope. Oh, and it's at 27 degrees, which is the rule by Gemini. Your sun is.
That's what I was getting ready to say. He does not lose arguments, okay?
He doesn't lose arguments?
No, he does not.
Not often. Not often. Not often. And like I said, I could not. I tried my best to maneuver out of this, brother Farrar, and she kept, but I have a weak spot for Geminis, and that's how I got here. I surrounded myself with them. They feed me. It's like you give me life. Like you.
It's butterflies around a lion. Who else can get this close to the lion and not get killed? For real.
And have no fear of the lion at all. Like have no fear of him at all. Like there's no kind of. But here's the thing: you said something about being overbearing, or I've always said, when I was looking at the Leo ascendant, he cannot hide, and there are times when I don't want to be seen. Like I just want to be in a room and it not be about me. but it kept saying to know that I have the energy that can suck the energy out the room
That South Node.
based upon, you know what I'm saying? And that is very nerve wracking because I don't want you to focus on me, right? I want you to do what you're doing and let
But
me,
your North Node is in the 7th house. You don't get it? It's right there. You're destined to be like in the audience. It's in the 7th house in Aquarius. So,
I really
good
don't.
luck with that.
Sometimes I just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be a low key.
South Node in the 1st house, just want to be alone. But nope, yeah. Like I said, good luck with that. I mean, not just someone, everyone. And Mars is there. I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but it is kind of funny.
Nice. I mean, it's all good. The fact, okay, I see Mercury was in retrograde when I was born.
In Virgo. That. Oh, I'm so jealous. I mean, that's like the editor of your dreams. I mean, not the proofreader, the editor. Because they just gonna go back and back and back and back. They not gonna let it go until it's just like, okay.
Okay.
You know, I can actually rest at night and be okay that I let this out. No, ask, one more time.
Listen, you could ask Brother Farad how many times has he said, Poe, when is the book coming out? When is the book coming out?
Yeah.
And I have that part that you talk about right there, have rewritten all these books 3 and 4 and 5 times. Yeah. Every time it's ready, it's just like, nope, no, I need to take a whole nother angle. And sometimes I'll be thinking, like, maybe I should let somebody read it first. Nope, I'm not letting them read it yet. Nope. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to let nobody read it. Well, and the only reason you saw it, Zara, because I wanted you to be a beta reader. That's the only reason why you was the one that was like, nah, I remember you from last year. That's the only reason why we're here in a lot of ways right now. Because I was still like chipping away on it. I was still like, let me go back.
A year later?
Years later. We talking about like, we talking about like 10 years, 8, 9 years, like years. Yeah, that's serious.
That's okay. I mean, your moon and your Mercury are both in Virgo, and they're only 5 degrees apart. So, okay. Hey, good. So you're going with your nature. That's what it sounds like. And then
I am now.
At 2 degrees.
I am now. Yeah, I am now.
The best, only the best of Virgo's best. What does that even look like? Can you see that? You know? It's like polished till it's just not. It's just you can't see it. You know, you just
that's how I want
it. There.
That's how I want it. You know, that's interesting. Okay.
But you gotta let people see it. Your Mercury's at 7 degrees, degree of Libra. Oh, look, you let a Libra rise and look at your book. There you go. And finally got that mug out. That's what's up.
All right, so you're the smart person that's in the litter then. Are you the person with the Libra? That would be you. That would be you. Okay. So I'm free and clear, right? The Chiron and Aries, that's cool.
Trying to see, because Chiron is just like, ugh. I have Chiron in Taurus in the 7th house, so yes, it's pretty horrible.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yours is in the 9th house,
right?
In Aries, retrograde.
It says they lack the appropriate dose of healthy aggression that is needed in the competitive society in order to survive competition with those who are harsh and ruthless. Yes, that's true. I'm not gonna fight.
So you won't fight dirty. That's what that sounds like.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. You can have it. I'll find another way to get it done. I'm not gonna go to war with you over that. I don't like doing dirty tricks. I don't want to play games. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna make me angry. So just yeah. I can feel that. I get that. I get that.
Okay, I found another one. It's Chiron wound can come from a lot of different types of trauma, but the outcome is okay. In Aries, the wound is all about a core feeling of worthlessness. Oh, but you a Leo, so undo that. Probably tempering it because your
Leos
sun is
do
in the
feel
first
like that all the
house.
time. Leos do feel
Yeah,
like that all the
Leos can be a
time.
lot. I understand why people say, I get it. It's like, but they can back it up,
But that worthlessness, that's definitely a part of us. That's where the
Um,
brooding comes from. When you see the lion sitting up there in the middle of nowhere, that's where the brooding comes from. Because you feel like you're not doing like what you're supposed to be doing. It's like
see, and Aries is the sign of initiation too, like initiative, especially physical initiative. Okay, so it says this is supposedly one of the most difficult yet important Chiron placements. Although I tend to find that all Chiron placements are really painful. The reason that Aries can be so difficult is because it's directly related to who you are as a person. If you think of the typical Aries, you'll notice that they are generally sure of themselves, confident, bold, and daring, which sometimes can even cause problems for them if these qualities become too extreme. Think Mars. And Chiron in Aries is the exact opposite of a normal Aries. Whoa. Wow, yeah, that does sound tough. Those with the placement of
in
Chiron in Aries,
retrograde.
yeah, will often feel they lack some sort of core self, or that somehow, or something is somehow wrong with them. They won't feel sure of themselves or appear confident.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. You're a Leo, so other people will brag for you. Maybe you should just start listening to people like other, right? Go away from those other, right? They may
Oh
feel
man,
you're.
said Leo sitting don't listen to nobody ideas. We don't want no listen, just tell me I'm right. No, I don't want
Really?
nobody else's
You
ideas.
don't want
No,
people telling you, dude, you don't.
no,
You
that's
want
what
to
it
look at the
says on
mansion.
here. That's
We should
what it
turn this
says
into a
on.
movie.
Listen, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't. The girl say, "Don't bring me no bad news." Like, listen, just tell me. I was upset when I read through this. Like, are you serious? That is not. That's not who I am. That is not. But yes, I've heard all this stuff before. You know, temperament. Bad behavior. Yeah, I got it. Just the glamorous part, I don't really get that, but I follow what you're saying.
Maybe it's your
It's,
glamorous word. It's at the degree of Gemini, so there's got something to do with how you communicate.
that may be it.
But yeah, glamorous. Yeah, taking folks into these crazy universes. I mean, for real, I had to break out the fan after some of these chapters. Like, are you sick? I don't know if you heard me when I read it, and I actually had to be like,
so it was, that was, and that was so light compared to the stuff I'm writing right now. Like, that is so
yeah.
light. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like turned on, like, nah, go ahead. Like, you in your house now. Like for the first, and all my charts kept saying is like you're on time passages. Time passages kept saying you have been taken from a place where you were to where you are right now for you to get into why you came to the planet. And now all I want to do is sit down and write. Like my concentration, like totally, this is like that's all I want to do. Like I just want to sit there and keep creating, and I can't get enough of just that part. Especially if we keep opening the avenues that I can create in, and still stay behind the scene. Like I don't necessarily want to be out there. Just put the book out there. Like I don't want to, I want to play the background. If that makes sense.
Well, shoot, Saturn is trining. The transiting Saturn is trining. Oh no, not quite. Well, by sign, it's trining your natal Saturn, and it's by sign. It's in your 7th house.
Break that down
With your Mars. Well, Saturn right now is transiting through my 5th house. So I've been getting a lot of work, Saturn, done creatively. 5th house.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so I just mentioned that it was trining your 10th house. It's activating your 10th house. And it's like, okay, especially with
Okay,
the
I
big
see it now.
planets. I don't look at the
Okay.
exact trine because it's in Gemini. Yours is in your Saturn is in Gemini, and right now Saturn is in Aquarius. Right, it's been going back and forth in Aquarius. But I think it's getting ready to just keep going direct until it gets into Pisces. But by sign is trining your 10th, your Saturn in your 10th house. So it's agitating your Saturn to make you work. It's a Saturn trying, like, say, hey, you could do something in the realm of what? Gemini or Aquarius, both air. So what?
Yes.
So which is kind
I
of
feel
dope.
that.
Yeah.
I feel that. The transit chart is,
and I forgot,
a lot move on. Go
Saturn
ahead.
is exalted in Libra. So to have a Saturn in your 7th house is kind of like leaning towards the exaltation of Libra. So if you feel like writing, you might want to just do that, right? Especially it's right there with your Mars. It's agitating your Mars. Oh, I mentioned that the degrees thing because your Saturn is at 5 degrees, and where's Saturn today? Let me see. It's at. I thought I just had it up. Oh, I did. Where is it? Chart for today. Okay, here we go. So your Saturn is at 5 degrees, and today Saturn is. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Today Saturn is at 7 degrees of Aquarius, so it is exactly trining your Saturn. But the thing with the big planets, the further out they go, like you could think of it as a ripple, right?
Okay.
Or a gradient. The longer that gradient is going to be because of how big the planet is.
Okay.
So, it just made an exact trine with your Saturn maybe last week when it was at 5 degrees. So you might be getting ready to feel it really ramping up, starting to ramp up, right? Especially because your Mars is at 14 degrees. So it's going to cross over your Mars. So Saturn conjunct Mars, you might feel a little restriction, but since your Mars is retrograde, it's going to be self-inflicted, right? Like the way I compare it is you have so much you want to do, you can't move. You have so many ideas that they make you not move. I don't know if you all ever had that displeasure.
No. That's yeah.
Isn't that the worst feeling? Like I have a
No. I
ton of
just need to
stuff that
write.
I want to do, but it's so many of them I can't move. Yeah.
I think that mine is always the pulling of other things that can take you from it. That's
Oh, so it's other people doing it to you. Okay.
like they need things, and I need to be mentally here. So it's almost like I learned how to write it in my head, and I just keep the files in my head until I get a chance to sit down. So I have it. So now I look like he's ignoring everybody, but I'm really just writing it in my head. I'm just really in deep thought, like razor sharp, like the part where you was talking about the editing part. Like I can see that because I can hone into it almost to the point no, that's not gonna work. You need to do it this way or that way, and then once I get it, then it's like trying to find the right tune. Some notes to play, and then once you get the right note, it's like, okay, now I got it. Like I couldn't, when I used to play the piano, like I couldn't get that right, tune. Finally, you get it, and you keep hitting it over and over again. It's like that's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for that note, that tone, to keep me moving, and things break it. You know what I'm saying? Which takes us back to the beginning. You remember we was talking right out of the Quran, and it was talking about dealing with hellfire or places where the soul travels or whatever. Can we say that what's going on inside of the charts kind of leads you through those type of situations with eclipses and transits, take you through those quote unquote hellish times to purge you of things? Would that be correct?
Oh yeah.
Incorrect?
No. If you know what's going on,
Right.
like I don't know if you know about the 27 Club, right?
Nah.
How many celebrities killed themselves when they were 27 years old or died?
Whoa.
That was their Saturn
What?
transit. Maybe if they had known that and be like, I just need to like go away or find
Oh,
out
wow.
how to get, where is my Saturn and how is the Saturn transit? Like, okay, basically, where is it? Because it's your Saturn return, you know?
Mm.
So, yeah. Mine, I had a child because my Saturn is in, what is that? Leo, rules children. So, yep. And which was funny because he has his Saturn same as mine. My son does.
So Saturn is very, very important.
Yeah, that's when
Saturn.
if you can get past that Saturn, actually it's what is it? It's not the Saturn return. It's the Saturn square. Saturn return is rough. Saturn square is worse. That's the one you have when you're about 33. That's the Jesus year.
That was a hard. That was a hard year. That
Yeah,
was a hard
mine.
year. That was
I
a hard
lost
year.
everything. I lost everything.
Yeah, that was a hard year.
Yeah, that was a horrible year for me. Yeah. Got through it though. You know, came out on the other side completely transformed.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's another one? There's so many different fields of astrology. There are people who study the charts of suicide. I'm call them victims. Suicide because
Mm-hmm.
it's like something did that to you. I don't know if it was
Right.
you personally because that takes a lot for a person to overcome this the instinct for self-preservation.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, I'm gonna look at these charts and just see, you know. And then it was easy to do because people want answers. Like, why did they do this? You know, the people they leave
Mm-hmm.
behind. And
Yeah.
it was like every single one of them had like some messed up. Saturn was crossing over their Pluto, or Pluto was crossing over their Saturn. And it was one of those things that they had just waited a little longer. And it was always something to do with seven. Just 7 more days, 7 more
See.
weeks, 7 more
Oh
months.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
it was
See,
crazy.
the number 7 in my chart came up on this site. On this site, we're reading like this. My whatever number is 7 this year. And when I read through that, I was almost like, okay, you know what? Let me just get up and just go about my business for a while. Like it really just it took my mind out of here. It was just that close, like telling me, like, no, you're gonna have to do this, and you're gonna lose some people, and this is gonna happen, and it was dead. I mean, spot on. I mean, spot on, spot on. And I always say that I'm thankful for it, but usually when something hits me across my head that hard, I usually just walk away from it for a minute because it's trying to find room to settle. Like it's trying to like, okay, let me go and deal with that. But that when you said 7, when it read those numbers, that's what came up, and I was like, okay, this is different. You know, the numerology for my chart, yeah. But excuse me for cutting you off, but that's
Oh
that.
no, no.
Nah, nah,
Hey,
that
please help me out.
that definitely it rocked me a little bit. You know, it because I look at numerals, you think I see it or read through it, but even the tarots, you know what I'm saying, the cards and whatnot, but that was spot on. Um. Anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm trying to bring up your Vedic chart. I just want to see
Yeah, that
what the
Vegas.
heavens. Okay, Vedic chart. Just because that was the other thing where what is that? They have like different. I don't even know how to put it. They're called dashas, like time periods, right, of your
Mm-hmm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dashas have anti-dashas, which is like, okay, so this dasha you're going through. Oh, for instance, me. Um, I'm going through the dasha of Mars, right?
Okay.
And then within that dasha, I think it's 7 years long. They go 7 again. I've been seeing sevens all day too. It's 7 years long, and within that you have antardashas, which will be Mars and Jupiter. It goes through Mars in combination with all the planets, right? And then you look at your chart to be like, oh, okay, it's my Mars dasha. Where's my Mars? What sign? And what is it activating? Mine is in my 7th house. It's activating my South Node and my Venus and my Moon and my Saturn. And I think that's it. But all of that is why I got to work the way I did, and it worked. And then my Moon Dasha was horrible. I just came out of my Moon Dasha. That one was 10 years of absolute hell. That's when I turned 33. And because my moon is conjunct my Saturn, it triggered Saturn, and Saturn just was like, you have to start over. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure out why that happened the way it did. And I'm guessing it's just gonna be one of those things. I'll be thankful for it later. I'll get the lesson later. But yeah, it was horrible, you know. But apparently the way the dashas go is you get one bad, one good, one bad, one good, you know. But if you're prepared for it, you know, which I like how they do it in India. When they see like, okay, I just had a dope dasha, I became a millionaire in this dasha, which means the next one's gonna be kind of horrible. So what I'm gonna do is start sowing some good seeds, as in giving to charity, building homes, lots and lots of homes all over the place, and living modestly. So then I can do like controlled demolition, right? And I'll take myself down to my lowest standard of living, rather than trying to be all the way up here knowing I'm about to be pulled down to somewhere. Let me start as far down at my quote unquote bottom as I can, which is why in India, you have all of these millionaires and some of them billionaires living in little bungalows, and all they wear are white tunics and those white jumper pants and sandals. But they're millionaires. That's why they're living like that. Because they like, nope, I'll live in my nice, comfortable, little bitty house with a bunch of people who glad that I'm making money that I can hire them to take care of my house. So yeah.
You said you pulled up an Eastern chart. Is that a free site too, or do you have a jyotish chart?
It is free. It is
Really?
called vaultoftheheavens.com, and you have to look up the you have to Google it because I don't know how to find it from the website itself.
Spell it again.
It's vault, like a bank vault of the heavens.com, and you have to Google it, and then it'll bring up a menu of all the stuff, and you go to free Vedic chart. Let me sure to see that.
Can I just say one?
Vedic astrology chart calculator. It's right there at the top. I just tried to get to it on the page, and I can't find it on the page itself, but I found it when I Googled it.
Okay. Let me say this. When we were talking about beauty and Venus, I just simply want to say that what you just explained concerning the Indian making that kind of adjustment is what we call beauty also. Physical beauty is a harmony, the beauty of harmony.
I like that.
So that was
like that.
Just perfectly is what we refer to when we refer to beauty. It can't be seen. It's not that kind of beauty. But you say for instance, 10 years after the following dasha of perhaps less positivity, he had come out just as even as he was when he first received the rich dasha, because he managed balance. Well, that's what we would call beauty. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's dope. Because I mean, it's funny you say that because what is that? The name of Venus in what is this thing? The name of Venus in Hindu is Sukra.
Yes.
Where they get the word sugar.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Just maintain the sweetness. You ain't gotta overdo it. That's sickening actually.
That's right.
Yeah. Like that guy who built $1 billion home in Mumbai. It's like, whoa. And everybody's trying to tell him, like, you in India, right? You can't build $1 billion home. Like, it's hideous. It's so ugly. He built it straight up, like vertical.
Wow.
And you live in one of the poorest cities in the world. And you have $1 billion house in the middle of the city.
That's
Hey,
a
I
lot of
guess you
money.
know something. Hey, maybe he knows something. Because apparently his this you can look him up. His story is amazing, and it's like obvious that he and his wife's parents put them together because they knew that they would do what they did, because they weren't that rich when they got married, not even close. Okay, let me see. Right now, you are in your Mahadasha, and that started February 2nd, 2012. And let's see, the Antardasha is Rahu Mercury. Oh, wow. I gotta look up what
Talk to
happened
me.
that day.
Oh, okay.
The Rahu Mercury. So Rahu is the north node. So your Dharma, what you're here to do, was in its Mercury Antard. So it's like, okay, Rahu Dasha, flavor of Mercury. All right. I gotta look what happened. You went into that what is that? January 15th of last year. So I need to look at that and see if, like, was that around the time you sent me that book? So January 15th of last year, Rahu Mercury.
It should have been. It was around. I would want to say September. It had to be around September or October, somewhere in there, if I'm thinking correct.
Well, see, look around my January 15th of last year, see if you see anything happen.
Okay.
And then let me see, you going into your Rahu Ketu, which, wow, that sounds really confusing. I don't know how that works. I don't understand. I need to look that
You
up.
said, wow. I was like, wait a minute. You like, wait, that sounds very
It's
confusing.
your north node, south node. I'm like, huh? Rahu Ketu Dasha. Well, Rahu Dasha, Ketu Antardasha starts August 3rd of next year. So you might want to research that and see what it means.
Okay.
Because I'm just not getting into this part, just because when I was going through my Moon Dasha, I'm just like, I don't know what is going on with my life. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. And it only happened to me. Again, sharing that chart with my sister. It's like, okay, I lose everything. You move to a luxury apartment 2 blocks from the beach. I'm like, okay. I mean, I got to move in with her, but it's just like, okay, I see that. I see that, and I'm working way harder than you. It's like, whatever.
You say you say you were a twin? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I thought you said you were a twin. Right.
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh,
Goes well with the whole Gemini thing.
that's hard.
I got my moon in Gemini at the degree of Gemini.
What?
No, my sun in Gemini at the degree of Gemini.
Okay.
In the 8th house, so.
Found the website, but how did you find Veda? I just have vaultoftheheavens.com.
Yeah, that's why I said go Google it. Don't go straight to the site.
Oh, Google.
Yeah, you got to Google it, and then it'll bring up like the list of all their pages. Because I went on the page itself and I couldn't find a way to get to it. So then I just Googled it, and I'm like, oh, okay, there it is. So you'll see like the list of all their stuff come up, and right at the top is Vedic astrology chart calculator. I wonder if this is what it is. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. Maybe I can. Is this it? Nope, that ain't it.
Nope.
Yeah, I tried to just see if I could just bring it. Let me see if I could just copy the address that I'm at, and it's like, nope, forbidden access. So yeah, you got to get to it through or you can look up Ernst Wilhelm. That's his name. I don't know where he's from. He doesn't have an accent, but he has a very German name. and he's amazing. Ernst Wilhelm.
Okay.
It's called Vault of the Heavens, Vedic Astrology Reports. Or you can just Google Vault of the Heaven Vedic Astrology Chart. And it should bring up the calculator.
Okay.
Let me see. And your Rahu Dasha does not end until, when is that? 2030. Dang, that's a long one. And you go into Jupiter Dasha. So let's see. So Rahu Dasha is activating your 7th house. Okay. You got married last year, huh? Or 2 years ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Almost to the date. Yeah.
I'm asking just because your Rahu is in your 7th house, so it activates your 7th house. But you already married by then, so yeah. Wait. 2012. It started in 2012. Yeah, your Rahu Dasha started in 2012.
I had met
When you
her
were 40 years old and 5 months. I mean, this thing is exact. Oh, so you went to Roz's class this week?
I did.
Anything interesting? I hope.
Yes. We did a lot of like going through people's charts.
Okay.
What was the main? There was a main point. The problem is, this happened at the same time my mother had dropped that on me.
Oh.
So it's all hazy right now.
Right.
I can't remember.
You excuse. Hey, we understand.
Right, yeah,
I understand. I get it.
And then I saw
you clear some haze.
yeah. And then I saw the Mars in Sagittarius, and that brought my injury. So that really could have had me. My mind shook a little bit, but we did talk about other people's, our charts. In terms of, she would say if you're, let's say if a person had too much earth, or the earth was killing your fire, or the water's killing your this. You see what I'm saying? It was like she was looking at the amount of planets we had in certain things. If you got like, somehow she was like, if you say you got like a Cancer, Sun, Virgo, Moon, and something else, how the signs canceled each other out, or it made it better in terms of your mental state. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Virgo moon dealing with my Leo. Like the Leo created a lot of ideas, and the Virgo sit back and say, that's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Try that again. But anyway, it was good. It was good though. It was good. You got a question, Zara?
Okay.
Hey guys, I have a question. I started listening just a few minutes ago, and Zahra Bey said something about a moon dosha or a moon, I don't know what
Dasha.
you meant or what you said. Can you just repeat that, and also what that means and where we can find a calculator for that? Is it the same thing? I'm new to all this and I'm just learning, but thank you for your help.
Thank you for your question. So, the way I understand it, dashas are periods, all right? Yeah. Like eras throughout your life, and each one has like a certain number of time. They're not even, right? Like the two, I just found out about it because I was just like so traumatized by something I was going through. I'm like, I gotta find something to see what at least try to deal with it. And I found out about this, and I was going through my Moon Dasha. It was 10 years, which is followed by Mars Dasha, which is 7 years. I guess I could just look at it, huh? And they don't start the same for everybody. And you might be born in the middle of a dasha. For instance, it's dasha, Dasha. All right. And then you have sub dashas, which are called antar dashas. So okay. Abir, your first dasha was Venus Dasha. All right. I don't know how they calculate this, because they got, like, I'm looking at yours and it's like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 charts that they broke down on this one. 15 different charts, right? All right. Wow. And they're fun. They're really fun. Only two I've gotten through 2 of them so far. All right, including the birth chart. That's 15 on top of the birth chart. All right. So yeah, they go in. All right. But okay, so when you were born, you were in your Venus Dasha. But the way they calculated it on your chart, your Dasha started February 2nd, 1969.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it has something to do with, okay. I'm just guessing. Okay. Venus.
No, I'm sitting on.
I'm wondering if this has something to do with, because it's like it's a lot of stuff is starting to fall into place. Like, oh, that's why the Chinese do their chart like that. Oh, it's based on Jupiter, not the sun, not the moon, because Western astrology is all centered around the sun. Hindu astrology is all centered around the moon, and then theirs is around Jupiter, right? Which is like, okay, one thing at a time, that kind of. And then the Native Americans got their own thing. It's just like, oh my goodness, okay. But the way I'm guessing this works, just because of something I know about Venus, all right? Venus draws a star in the sky, all right? When it goes through this, I think it's an 8-year cycle. It'll draw a star in the sky. And wherever it is, when it starts that star, it starts like, okay, it started that star. I think it's getting ready to do one. It starts it when because it just happened. One just happened, and it's getting ready to start again. When it was something weird. They said it was something to do with when the moon and when there's a new moon and Venus crosses into a sign right after that new moon. All right. And Thursday, there was a new moon. And then on Friday, the next day, Venus entered into Capricorn. So this is starting that new star in Capricorn. All right. So that could have happened. That's they're going off of when that star started, right? So I'm just guessing, because it's like it's looking like this thing is 8 years long. So actually it's longer than that. Yeah, you see what I mean? So based on how that star is, it's like, well, you came in 2 years after that star started forming. That's why.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this stuff is deep. There's like charts you can do based off the eclipses that happen before your birth.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna read some dates and see if they sound any familiar, if anything sticks out. So your Sun Dasha started in 1989 when you were 17 years old.
I graduated from high school. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's big. Shoot. 17 years old and 5 months old. 17 and 5 months. 17 years and 5 months. That's what it's saying.
That should have been the time I did graduate. Yeah. It wasn't nothing elaborate. I wasn't top of the class or anything, but I did.
It was life changing.
I did graduate. Yeah, I did finish. I did get out of there. Thank you, Lordy. It wasn't cum laude or none of that. Thank you, Lordy. I did get out of there. Yeah.
Your Moon Dasha started in 1995 when you were 23 years old and 5 months.
Well, I don't know why mine is so different from yours. We have a 4-year difference. Are you dealing with jyotish?
Yeah. I'm looking at a South Indian chart though. I'm not even looking at the chart. I'm just looking at the little
Yeah,
dashas on the side.
yeah, I see the dashas in the bookies, but I was just wondering why the discrepancy. But that's okay. I'm not going to complicate matters. Go right ahead.
Yeah, the August 21st, 1971, 5:15 a.m., Mobile, Alabama. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you looking at the little box at the top?
No, I'm very familiar with both charts. I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
study
Okay.
jyotish. I'm looking at the dashas as well as the buktis because they're side by side on this one.
Okay.
I didn't find the when I couldn't get it, so I just pulled up my own.
This one might be different because Ernst Wilhelm. All right. Okay. Western astrology is based off of calculation.
Right.
Jyotish is based off of observation, which can be backed up with calculation, right?
Yes.
So,
Right.
because theirs is actually checked by observation, ours is like 24 degrees off, right? So we're actually kind of like the sign behind them. What he did was he made Jyotish, because he's a European, Ernst Wilhelm. He made Jyotish fit Western astrology.
Oh, okay. I see.
So that might be why the
Yeah, it's
discrepancy.
going to give a
Because in
discrepancy. I got
regular
you.
ones, I'm a Taurus. On his, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's dealing with the 30 degree.
He dealing with the adjustment.
If
Yeah,
you on April the 1st, you're an Aries, and then if you're born May the 1st, you're a Taurus. I understand.
yeah.
They don't split the month. It's 100% that
Right.
30 degree division of the heavens. And
Right.
so,
Yeah, theirs is not 30. Yeah, their signs is like, yes, some can be like more than 30 and some are less than 30.
mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all know what you're doing. And it's like based on they said that everything is nailed to the heavens. That's how they describe it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's based on the fixed stars.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting because that's what Arabic astrology is based on.
Absolutely.
You know, which is another one I want to get into, but that one kind of scares me because it's just like those are those stars that I mean, I don't know. It's like Algol, Aldebaran, all that stuff. Like, I don't know. Whenever I hear Al in front of a star, I'm like, here we go. I know it's gonna be something. You know. Yeah.
You can get it. I'm sure you can get it whenever you're ready to look at it.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm just gonna admit it. I'm not ready. It's like the Quran. The Quran, of Mecca, is scary. It's like, I'm tired of being nice, talking nice. I'm just gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen if you don't act right. That's how it's written. So I'm kind of equating that with the astrology because, like, well, these the same people. So, so yeah, I'll get to it though. Because that one you gotta have what is that? An astrolabe?
For which one?
Arab astrology.
I don't know.
It's this thing is amazing. I took my sons to a museum exhibit in LA called what was it called? I think it was called Silk Road. And it was traveling across the country, and no pictures allowed. And it was like all the stuff that was traded along the Silk Road. Of course, it was all our stuff. And the last part of the exhibit was the astronomy section, right? And they had this thing that looked like a globe, but it had all these parts and like it was a globe in a what are those geo things where you can like spin them around inside of each other. And I'm looking at this thing like, what is this? It looks so familiar. It almost reminds me of like a T-ball, but I don't even know if T-ball is huge. It's like the size of a globe. And my sons looking at it and were like, oh, look, there's Mercury. Look, there's Venus. And there were no symbols on these things. They were just like, because they know I'm into astrology, and they were just picking it up. And one was 5, one was 7. No, one was 4 and one was 7. And they just started saying, this is that, this is that, this is that. And I looked, and one of the docents, the guys who, make sure you don't touch anything, he was just looking. And I'm just like, okay, I hope he's not stalking us or nothing. And he came over and was like, so what do you think this is, boys? We don't know. He's like, do you used to go around the world? And he told us it's an astrolabe. This is a map of the heavens.
Yeah.
Laid out in the form of a globe.
Yes.
You know. So and that's how they would be able to be like, okay, we're gonna need to take ourselves down in about 10 generations, and we're gonna go. Everything we're going through, they knew this was gonna happen. I'm like, how did y'all know this was gonna happen? Because you purposely took yourselves down. You did this, we did this. It's a phoenix process, a chemical phoenix process. And it's getting ready to end, right? It's just falling apart before our eyes, going so fast. And if you look at the chart of the United States, you can see the death of the United States coming. And as it's dying, we just happen to be, it's like, how did you know to set it up to right around the time when you knew we were going to wake up? How did you even know we were going to wake up? Because they were using these things, you know. And you can actually see it in like Asian movies, those big things like the sorcerers we use, and they have hanging from the ceiling, they're spinning around, and they stop. I think the I Ching is based on it too. So yeah.
It's called a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, this thing
Wheels
got a
and
lot
wheels.
going on. Look it up, astrolabe.
It's a beautiful narrative. It is. When you look at it, like, to know we have to fall, that this is going to be the time that we come up. If you didn't see the come up, it would hurt. If you didn't see the resurrection, it would be devastating. But because you're charting it,
right,
and you see the rise, is almost like it's exciting and to be living. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when we were younger, when I was a younger student. I'm still very much a student. I remember Brother Farad and his, he had a friend. They would come and they would be like, "Do you know how many beings would love to be here or watching us, like, about to make this change?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, looking at us like, wow, they're about to go through it. Like, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, things higher than us watching us go through this. That is amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're about to go through that change. And I actually read the other day, like, the people who have passed on lately have only just ran ahead of us a little bit. Like, they can already see it from another vantage point. Like, I hope I don't sound crazy, because in my mind I can see it clear. But yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me if it sounds a little crazy, but yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, how did they put all this stuff in scripture?
Right.
You know, I know they were getting visions too, but it's just like, well, you know, I've read a few chapters of the Bible, and a lot of it reads like an astrology forecast.
Most of
it.
You know,
It
not
is,
a horoscope, a forecast. You know,
the Bible is a book of astrology.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So how did they do this? Right?
I'm
They
saying
had tools, right?
wisdom.
Real.
It's the same wisdom. Each of the 12 tribes of Israel coincide with each house.
Right.
Each apostle coincides with each house. The son in the middle, we call it the Son of God. At that time, it was the Son of God, Israel. All of it is a book of high cosmic astrology. And I'm telling you, what's scaring the world is that we're talking about it. They thought they had eliminated us, the witches of Salem and all that. Those were black women who knew the time, who could read the heavens to determine the time. Hope this week is trying to change the calendar, trying to change the time. Don't be shocked. Within a couple of weeks, wake up and it will be deemed you back in October. Or he may make it day 0. They're really serious about this because we have caught on to the time, which means now all we have to do is calculate it. Can I say one more thing? Can I say one more thing?
Go for it. Yes, please.
Because all of this to me is Moorish science. It's the astrological wheel. when we were so hyped up about 12, 21, 12. Oh, 12, 21, 12. The economy is going to fall apart. 12, 21, blah, 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 blah. 12, 21, 12 came and left. Nothing happened. The Mayan calendar, whoa, 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 whoa. So everybody went back to sleep. But 12, 21, 12 that we were looking at is calculated upon the Gregorian calendar.
Right.
If you look at the Ethiopic calendar, it's just now 12. I mean, it's just now 2014. Mm-hmm. So if you go back 2 years from 2021 to 2019, which would have been 2012, what we were saying was to happen is happening right now. I just heard Sister Zara say, "Can't you see this stuff down?"
Yeah.
So it's and the Pope just rolled out a so-called 7-year plan. He's trying to rectify it. He says he wants to take it back to the Julian calendar. Daniel 7:25 says, "And the beast shall attempt to change times." Well, he's done that. Whether he changes it or not,
he's about to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's daylight savings time.
The prophet is going
tomorrow's daylight savings time. He does it every year. What's that Native American said? Leave it to the European to think he could change, make a blanket longer by cutting off the top and sewing it to the bottom. Right? Yes. And then thank you, Allah, for giving us these stars. Because why did they freak out when we could see that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that happened?
Yes.
Why did everybody say we were gonna get superpowers? Like, we didn't say that. Everybody else was saying that.
They know.
And I loved it. The thing I loved about it, they couldn't do nothing about it. Like, this is obviously some sort of sign. You know we studying it. And there is nothing you can do about it. You can't hide it. You can't stop it. I love it. That's my favorite part of it.
That's
Y'all think you got so much control. Do something about this.
Can't do a thing. They tried to leave and found out, you know, those wheels you saw at the museum? They found out that it's not just the local solar system. All of those wheels are going to change. So no matter where you go, the entire frequency of this galactic universe is going to move up in octave in consciousness. Can't stop it.
They going to blow up. They ain't going to be able to pass through it. That fifth, what is that? The fifth dimension? They not going to be able to pass through to it. Like, you're going to pop.
Yeah.
Like a fat tick.
Yeah.
Good for you. When all you had to do is leave us alone, help us out a little bit. I would just settle to leave us alone. But Brother John, I love that movie. Is there any hope for us? Nope. Y'all through. I remember I told that to my parents when I was like 7, right? And they were like, oh, because, you know, they were part of that divorce generation. And come out, oh, this don't have nothing to do with you. I'm like, I know this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm 7, you know? And they were always, you know, because they were listening to Oprah and whatnot, talk to the children. And I would just tell them, like, I'm not in any, I was 7. I still remember it so clearly. I am not in any of this. I'm just here to observe. And they left me alone. I swear, I'm like, I watch the news just so I feel like I'm setting up an indictment. I'm just witnessing, you know. Allah's using my eyes to be like, yep, they're gonna play this back for y'all. All this garbage you doing, you know. And it wasn't just to us. I was watching another movie last night about Osho, right? I finished it. The one on Wild Wild Country. How bad they did that man trying to get him to surrender. And they were so proud of how they abused this old man who didn't do anything. They proved he didn't do, the prosecutors proved themselves he didn't do anything. But they just wanted their way. So they, like, instead of sending him on a 4-hour flight, they sent him on a 3-week tour across all the federal jails. This was an old man that hadn't done anything. And they were telling the story 40 years later, just so proud of themselves. Yeah, we did this, we did that. And I'm just like, yo, y'all not getting away with this. That you can't, you know.
And they know it.
Enough. It's time. Yeah.
It's good to be on this end of it.
Right. Both talking about everything falling apart. My life is great and getting better every day.
That's right.
I ask the people around me, do you feel like, because I live in the hood. I'm like, do you feel like things are getting better? Yeah. Okay. Thought it was just me. Nope. Because they keep telling you on the news how bad everything is getting. Must be y'all, because I don't, hey. You know. I just brought out 3 books this year, you know. I think it was 3. It might have been more than that.
You know what I'm saying? They don't say much about the virus at all anymore. They don't. You just kind of like they just.
Oh, did you hear about with Kaiser Permanente?
Uh-uh.
How their union of nurses and doctors just voted to go out on strike all over the country and maybe Hawaii. 32,000
Are you serious?
Doctors and nurses will not be available to serve patients because they don't want this shot. Now, if you still get this shot, 32,000 people are walking away from some very fat paychecks because these medical professionals don't want to get this shot. Yeah, I'm just like, this is what happens when you just push, when you just finally go too far. You just couldn't just be like happy with what you had. Oh, we're gonna pull another 9/11, you know.
But it's funny because
how people got used to that stuff, you know.
You don't.
And folks
don't
ain't
really
going
think
for
that
it this
people
time.
gonna get together like that. You don't think people gonna get together like that. You don't. You don't think like
Kaiser Permanente. That's a Jewish-owned hospital. You know, they make sure they gonna be okay. And that's done. Crazy. I'm just like, that's just one, and they are well paid, you know. Right. And now, who that RT just interviewed, Russian Times just interviewed, a pilot who quit Southwest, so he wouldn't have no problems reporting that. Yeah, it's because of the shots that all these flights are getting canceled. They come out, it's all, oh, we just working out contract. No, it's because of the shots. So yeah, good luck getting a rental car this holiday season. They're just giving out all these vouchers for what, you know, for what? These pilots not coming back, you know. Who was that? Lufthansa, that German airline. They said, oh yeah, we had 47% or 41% of what we were pre-pandemic. That's what? You're not even at half of what you were pre-pandemic. And this is the good news, because you thought that you actually thought you were going to do worse because a lot of your pilots have quit. And now nobody's flying, nobody's paying to reserve flights. So now you got to lay off like 30,000 people. Yeah. All because of this shot. Yeah. Are you for real? And now they come out, oh, we about to bring out an antiviral pill. Y'all some straight up, this is the Opium Wars 3. It really is. I'm just a pill. Now they got a pill for you. For this thing that, you know, you don't know you have it unless you get tested.
Okay. Oh, you can't smell it.
Be afraid. Can't see it, can't smell it. And now they got this variant. Can't test for it either. Just take the shot. Like, okay. I'm just at the point where if you falling for this, you know, maybe it's better that you're not here. You know, don't take that shot.
But there are some people, Zara, that just really, they cannot stand up in the midst of everybody saying this is what you should do, and some of them just, they don't know no better. They don't, for whatever reason, they just don't. They don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are as young as me, or younger, you know, or older, but they don't get it. They think that they're doing their part in it, and it's sad. It's sad.
It really is.
You know,
I mean, I just think about how they said we were the hardest population to convince to get this thing. I'm like, what happened to that? Now everybody turning around. I got both of mine. Okay. Let me see. What was that video? Dang, that was like 2 months ago. Dang. People sure are fickle. But I mean, I don't know. It feels like a culling to me. You know, a voluntary culling.
Well,
you don't know what's in this thing. You know, ain't no drug ever came out this fast ever. And now the doctors and nurses are like, I would rather quit. And you know, I mean, it's like my sister's a doctor, right? So the dedication that you make to deal with other people's sickness, right? I'm not even talking about like, okay, you're a plastic surgery, that's you trying to get paid, or you a guy in gynecology, please, you know, we know why you there, you know. But the ones who like deal with, you know, general practitioners, family doctors, that's nurses, right? The one like, okay, the doctor didn't tell me what's going on, can you tell me what's going on? And even they like, nope, I mean, they clean up vomit and blood and poop and pee without batting an eye, but this they won't tolerate. Like, okay. That says a lot to me. But you go ahead and fine. Even your doctor would rather quit than get this. Boy, and then the people that already got it. Wow. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. I know people that I know and love that do. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say, hey, you know, but hey, you know, anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Once again, what about for next week? Anything special? You know.
We could try the synastry thing again now that we see your real chart.
Okay.
What is that? What would that be?
Synastry is looking at overlays of charts to see how two people or a person or an event or two events might interact.
Wonderful.
If you want, we can do you and your wife so you can see what to avoid or what to exploit. Like, okay, she likes, I don't know, silver. I don't know. You know, just because she's a Gemini and Aquarius moon, and silver will cover both of those. Get it?
Would it?
Yeah, because Gemini rules quicksilver, like Mercury, the metal, and it looks like silver, right?
Oh,
and
that's
then,
right.
Aquarius rules like the depth, the deepest, coldest part of winter. What metal would you equate that with? You know, I think silver or crystal. You know, crystal because it's icy. You know, which might appeal better just because of the moon part. You know,
that makes sense. All right. Well,
but does she? Yes. Let's see from you. So, yeah, we can look at that. Yep.
All right, we can, I guess, close us out. So,
all right, cool. Let me do that.
I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it.
I'm glad you popped in. That was great.
Yes, sir.
We had our 3.
Absolutely.
Yay. I'm gonna have to contact Sarush.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to show him. Yeah.
Probably got caught up with one of his honeys.
We had quite a few people. We got 15 people that listen today. You know what I'm saying? Come off and on. So,
that's
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll try to get this one up sooner. Got a little time now. Okay, so thank you for joining us on Talk to Me Moorish, or My Brother's Keeper. This has been Sister Zarbe and Brother Abir Chanan El and Brother Farad Masa El. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You can contact us by going to califamedia.com and 43rdbooks.com. That's 43rdbooks.com. Have a safe and prosperous week, and we will see you on the next chat. Peace.
All right.
Thank you. And I'll see y'all next week.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace.